What's going on, guys? Aaron here. I have something here that's one of our heritage vehicles, which, as you guys know, I absolutely love. Now, when most people think heritage, you're thinking Challenger, Charger, Jeep, and it's nothing like that. It's along those realms, though. It's been around since 1945 by popular demand of our military. The GIs came home from World War II, said that they wanted this capable, maneuverable and practical vehicle that they had while on deployment, and again, by popular demand, Dodge finally came through, and that came in the form of the 1945 Dodge Power Wagon, which was virtually the same thing that they had on deployment. It was based on the 3/4 ton truck, had a 230-inch inline engine, 4-speed, 4-wheel drive, 8-foot bed, a base work truck, and that went up all the way up until 1980, I believe, was when the Power Wagon was discontinued. From there, in the late 70s, they had some cool designs and stuff like that for graphics, but it all came down to engine, suspension, off-road orientation. They were very specific built trucks. So in 2005, Dodge came back out with the Power Wagon, again, off-road oriented truck based on the Ram, obviously the Dodge Ram. And now we have the current generation, and I have in front of me the 2018 Ram Power Wagon. Now, this is based off of the 2500 trucks, just like all the Power Wagons have been. Gas engine, so it's got the 6.4 liter 392 cubic inch Hemi. That's going to deliver you 410 horsepower, 430 pound-feet of torque. Now, that is the best in class for this truck. And as you can see right out of the gate, this thing has a look all of its own. It's in your face. Just by looking at this truck, you're looking at something serious. Right out of the gate, you have 33-inch tires, Bilstein monotube shocks. I'm going to go into the 3-link suspension in just a minute. You have another one of my favorite things. Again, it's a heritage thing. Look right here, this Power Wagon logo here. See, you can kind of follow the stripe going all the way down. It says Power Wagon going up the bed, and then it continues back through the truck. Now, that is similar to what they had in the late 70s for a design, and that will look just like this. And you have your Ram stamped tailgate, and of course you can see Power Wagon right underneath. Again, it's a real in-your-face truck, which I absolutely love. So let's get into what makes a Power Wagon a Power Wagon. So first, I already talked about the Hemi. Now, what's unique about this truck is this engine is calibrated specifically for this truck. Now, when you put this truck in 4-wheel drive low, for example, the idle speed of the engine will go up 100 RPM. So when you're navigating through the trail, when you just have your foot off the gas and you're kind of hovering the brake, it goes up for you, so you don't have to go back and forth. The truck is electronically giving you more confidence and more capability in the trail. Now, also up front here, you have a Warren winch, 12,000 pound as standard on the Power Wagon, which again, no other truck comes with one of those. It is insanely cool if you need to pull a tree out of the way, if you need to get yourself out of a hairy situation, done. This truck has it all. Now, moving into the suspension, like I just mentioned, I mentioned the Ram Articulate 3-link. Now, that includes a lot of stuff, not just the Bilstein monotube shocks, but you have inside here, so you have your control arm here, you have all new connections on here, which is different than the standard Ram 2500, as well as an electronically detaching sway bar, which again, class exclusive. You don't get that in anything else. And on the inside here, right here is where you disconnect it. Now, what that does, when you disconnect the sway bar, it allows the axle to move more independently from the frame. And what does that translate to? That translates to this front suspension having an RTI, certified articulation range, of 26 inches. That's over 2 feet of up and down travel for this front suspension. It is absolutely incredible. Again, nothing else out there has that from the factory. Now, in the back, you see most trucks still running leaf springs. We, again, class exclusive. We've done it all our own, all new. You have your coil 5-link with the Bilstein shock, as you can see. Now, this is specific to all Ram 1500 and 2500 trucks. But this suspension back here, again, you have your different connections from your control arms to your axle to allow for more articulation, but it's not sacrificing capability. This is still a 3/4 ton truck that you can use like a 3/4 ton truck. Coming around here again, so that's the suspension side of it. Now drivetrain, so going from the engine, 6-speed automatic, and that goes to your Borg-Warner transfer case. Now anybody that's done any sort of off-road running, any off-road enthusiasts out there are going to know the Borg-Warner name is a phenomenal name, and this transfer case is borderline bulletproof. It's a 2-speed manual shift, and that's connected to American Axle manufacturing axles. You have a 9 1/4 in the front, 11 1/2 in the rear, both at 4:10 ratio, so you have that real deep reduction from when you're crawling up hills, getting out of hairy situations. This truck's all ready for you. Now on the inside here, it's a little bit more refined than the old Power Wagons used to be. You have available sunroof, power rear sliding window. Nice kind of cool feature here. If you look closely in the seats, you can see a tire tread pattern going down the length of the seat, which I think is insanely cool. It's all about those little details that I like. Coming up to here, you have your 8.4-inch touchscreen. Seven-inch driver display up here. Power Wagon, again, in-your-face truck, which I think is so cool. You have your Power Wagon logo up here as well. Going back to here, so we already talked about the sway bar disconnect. Now this knob up here, you see this where it says axle lock. So what this does is it has electronic locking axles. So a lot of trucks now will have limited slip, which means you need to have a certain amount of traction on either tire for both wheels to engage. Now with this truck here, you can do rear or front and rear lock. You can fully lock all 4 tires. So if you're going up a slippery hill, a muddy hill, rock hill, anything like that, you can have all 4 tires properly in 4-wheel drive to crawl over whatever it is you need to crawl over. So just another nice feature that you can get in the Power Wagon. Down here, integrated trailer brake. You know, you have your heated seats, heated steering wheel, so you got some luxury to the truck, which is it's really nice. Remote start and things like that. Now another thing I want to talk about in regards to the axles that's RAM exclusive. So we have an electronically disconnecting front axle. Now, back in the day, what you would have to do if you needed to disconnect your axles, you have to get out. You have to come to a hub right here, and then you have to turn it out to unlock it. You got to walk around the truck, all doing this. Now imagine it raining right now, snowing right now, or you're in 2 feet of water, and you got to get out and you got to do this sort of thing. Nobody wants to do that. So what RAM has done is they made that all electronic. Now what are the benefits of that? Not only do you not have to get out in any nasty weather or nasty situations, but it also saves you on fuel. You don't have that resistance through the gearing, through the drivetrain, holding you back while you're driving. So it does help with the economy, which I know most people looking at a 3/4 ton truck with a 6.4 liter engine is not looking into economy, but it does make a difference. So those are some of the cool key features I wanted to show you on the new Power Wagon. I am super stoked about this truck. Again, it's capable. It's well-rounded. I mean, this truck will do most anything anybody wants it to do. Now, and whenever I talk about this truck, I get a lot of flack. Everyone says, well, what about the Ford Raptor? Now, being a professional, I'm not going to trash talk anything, but my words aside, in a previous video, I had mentioned that Motor Trend and Truck Trend had both taken the RAM Power Wagon, Chevy Colorado, and the Ford Raptor, all on a bunch of different testings, off-road and on-road. Now, again, not my words, but the Power Wagon came out on top. It was the best, well-rounded off-road vehicle of the available trucks. So that speaks in itself. Again, not even taking my word for it. I'm sure you can look that up online, find the magazine in the store. It's legit. So the engineers on this truck went above and beyond to make it what it should be, to keep the heritage of the Power Wagon name alive, and to keep it, what the people want. Again, this was a military-inspired, by popular demand truck, and they've kept that heritage. It's something that I'm grateful for. I appreciate it in this truck. I hope you do as well. Again, it's exciting, it's fun. If you could please, again, like and share, let everybody know that we have this truck. And again, as always, if you have any questions or if you want to see anything specific, let me know. Thank you very much.